Well, hi everyone. Welcome to Blagdon Village Musical Memories Volume 9. Gorgeous day today, or if you're in catch-up, it was yesterday. Had some interesting comments about Volume 8, so more of that to come. Got quite a different sort of selection for you tonight. Now, I couldn't decide whether to say today or tonight, but I suppose it depends when you're watching it, doesn't it? So we'll settle for now. I don't think we've got any classical, I don't think we've got any jazz, which will please and upset various people. But what we have got is a fair old bit of fairground music, if you can remember the fairground music, and World Record Club music, and a little bit more of a cappella. So for those who enjoyed that, look forward to it. Anyway, first off, let's go way back, 1956, to Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers. This is quite an old one. I can remember this from when I was a kid. Didn't know what they looked like, but they're quite a mixture. I deliberately left on the beginning of the video. Well, it's a rubbish video, terrible quality, but say 1956, lifted off American television. What more can you expect? See how you get on with Frankie Lyman.
You know, we've talked an awful lot about a lot of moods and their reflections in terms of music. But now we come to a mood that is the product of our present generation. The bubbling enthusiasm of our teenagers was the inspiration for what is now the most popular style of music in the country, rock and roll. A few short weeks ago, 5 teenage boys went into a recording studio and they said they had a song they wanted to sing. Well, it took a little time, 3 weeks to be exact, but they were heard and their song was recorded. It is now the #1 record in America. And the song is, Why Do Fools Fall in Love? And the boys have called themselves the Teenagers. Well, here you are. So, you guys are the Teenagers.
That's right, Mr. Lane.
Come on, boys, let's sing our song then.
That come out of you?
Yes, sir, can we sing now?
What you heard?
I have to make my money before my voice changes.
Got news for you, Dad. It ain't gonna go much lower. You're in a barrel now. Frankie, you amaze me. Tell me something. You're only 13 years old, and yet you wrote this big hit. How did it ever happen?
Well, Mr. Lane, one day I was dressing, and inspiration came to me, so I wrote the song.
Oh, well, what was the inspiration?
I needed a new suit.
Well, that's a pretty good reason. But I can't understand how you could write Why Do Fools Fall in Love? What does a 13-year-old boy know about love?
Well, Mr. Lane, I've been falling in love since I was only 5.
5?
But I've been a fool about it since I was 11.
Well, don't complain, lad. You've only had 2 rough years. I go all the way back to Bridie Murphy. I think we've had enough of this little chit-chat. This is your first nationwide television appearance, isn't it?
That's right, sir.
And I know that everybody's waiting to hear you sing, so are you ready to rock and roll it?
That's right.
That means I ought to get lost, huh?
That's about it. Why do fools fall in love? Why do fall in love? And love is the way to break the day. Why do they fall in love? Oh, why does the rain fall from above? Why do fools fall in love? Why do they fall in love? Love is a losing game. Love can be the game. I know a fool you see, for that fool is someone.
happened to them. But they were quite bright. Interesting guy who was introducing the program, isn't it? You know, he was a television presenter. Takes all sorts, doesn't it? Okay, next, let's again go back. Do you remember the first, I think it was the first show we did up in the clubhouse? Those were the days, weren't they? We look forward to those coming back. And I introduced you to a group called the Four Prats, who did a rip-off of various of the American singing groups that were about. The Kingston Trio, the Four Seasons, and Dion and the Belmonts. Their version of the Dion and the Belmonts song was A Teenager in Jail, which is a rip-off of Teenager in Love. I want you to look for the two deliberate mistakes in this video, which again is taken from an American television program. So quality is not brilliant, but Dion and the Belmonts singing A Teenager in Love.
Turn the tables on you. Maybe you down here don't know. Is there anybody in the house knows where Dion and the Belmonts are? With a brand new one, A Teenager in Love.
Each time we have a quarrel, it almost breaks my heart, 'cause I'm so afraid that we will have to part. Each night I ask the stars up above, why must I be a teenager in love? One day I feel so happy, the next day I feel so sad. I guess I'll learn to take the good with the bad, 'cause each night I ask the stars up above, why must I be a teenager in love? I cried a tear for nobody but you. I'll be a lonely one if you should say we're through. Well, if you want to make me cry, that won't be so hard to do. If you should say goodbye, I'll still go on loving you. Each night I ask the stars up above, why must I be a teenager in love? I cried a tear for nobody but you. I'll be a lonely one if you should say we're through. Well, if you want to make me cry, that won't be so hard to do. And if you should say goodbye, I'll still go on loving you. Each night I ask the stars up above, why must I be a teenager in love? Why must I be a teenager in love? Why must I be a teenager in love? Why must I be?
Well, I mean, that really takes me back to my courting days. But did you spot, or did you work out what were the two mistakes really in it? One was the fact that they were obviously miming, so it didn't really matter. That the second problem was there were only 3 of them, and yet there were 4 people in Dion and the Belmonts. And the reason is that one of them was away doing his national service, which didn't seem to make any difference to them. And that really takes us back again to the old music, the Brill Building, and the groups who used to make up or use whoever was available when they did the recording. So even though the video was rubbish, music was exactly what you heard on the record. So that was pretty good, wasn't it? Now, next, another of the ladies who, oh dear me, what an effect these women had on my life when I was younger. But this particular one comes again from a question from our quizmasters, which was who had a hit with "Don't It Make Your Brown Eyes Blue?" And the answer is Crystal Gale. Now, you listen to this, nice voice. Look at her hair. Good grief. Look at the length of her hair. Here we go. Crystal Gale, Don't It Make Your Brown Eyes Blue?
Crystal Gale is a beautiful lady with one of the best voices in music. In 1978, she released a song that launched her career and won her a Grammy for the Best Country Vocal Performance. It is also one of the few records in history to reach the #1 spot on the country, pop, and easy listening charts. She's here tonight to sing that solid gold classic, Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue, Miss Crystal Gale.
Don't know when I've been so blue. Don't know what's come over you. You found someone, and don't it make my brown eyes blue? I'll be fine when you're gone. I'll just cry all night long. Say it is all true. And don't it make my brown eyes blue? Tell me no secrets, tell me some lies. Give me no reasons, give me alibis. Tell me you love me, and don't let me cry. Say anything, but don't say goodbye. Didn't mean to treat you bad. Didn't know just what I had, but honey, now I do. And don't it make my brown eyes, don't it make my brown eyes, don't it make my brown eyes blue? Don't it make my brown eyes, don't it make my brown eyes, don't it make my brown eyes blue? Don't it make my brown eyes, don't it make my brown eyes, don't it make my brown eyes
I enjoyed that. Hopefully you did as well. Next, another one that takes me back to World Record Club days, and a guy I used to listen to. No idea what he looked like, what he was. Afterwards discovered that he was a great songwriter. That's Pete Seeger. And he wrote all sorts of songs. And he became a bit of a recluse, I think, towards the end. But this is probably his most famous song, Little Boxes, which he freely admits he doesn't understand what it means, and I certainly don't understand what it means, but I just love to listen to it. This version was recorded in Sweden, apparently, in 1968. But sorry for those of you who don't like guitar pickers who have to tune their instrument before they can start playing. See how you get on with Pete Seeger.
Of course, every one of us faces the same problem in the whole world. At the same time we're getting mixed up together, we also face the machine. Little boxes on the hillside, little boxes made of ticky-tacky, little boxes, little boxes, little boxes all the same. There's a green one and a pink one and a blue one and a yellow one, and they're all made out of ticky-tacky and they all look just the same. And the people in the houses all went to the university, where they all were put in boxes and they all came out the same. And there's doctors and there's lawyers and business executives, and they're all made out of ticky-tacky and they all look just the same. And they all play on the golf course and drink their martini dry, and all have pretty children, and the children go to school, and the children go to summer camp, and then to the university, where they all got put in boxes and they all come out the same. And the boys go into business and marry and raise a family in boxes, little boxes, little boxes all the same. There's a green one and a pink one and a blue one and a yellow one, and they're all made out of ticky-tacky and they all look just the same.
He's good, isn't he? You know, he was from the era when they were all about the music, and they didn't really care what they looked like. You know, there's no flash, was there, in the presentation style? You know, no dramatics, just the guy who wrote the song singing the song. So if we move to someone who's a bit flashier than Pete Seeger, oh goodness gracious me, made an awful lot of money, and that's our Dolly, isn't it? You know, here we come again. I just picked this one because I came across it when I was looking for other stuff on the internet, and it's one that I like. So for no other reason than it makes you happy, I think. This is a get up and dance song, surely. Here you come again, Dolly Parton.
Just when I've begun to get myself together, you waltz right in the door, just like you've done before, and you wrap my heart round your little finger. Here you come again, just when I'm about to make it work without you. You look into my eyes and lie those pretty lies, till pretty soon I'm wondering how I came. Cause
So that's burnt off a few calories for you, hasn't it? So those of you who are eating chocolate cake and drinking wine, then don't feel too bad about it. Let's go back now again to another group I first came across in the World Record Club days, although they went on for years and years and years. And they're of a similar era as Pete Seeger, and of course their favourite person, Bob Dylan. So this is Peter, Paul and Mary. I think I've tried to play a Peter, Paul and Mary before and had problems, and it's one of their most famous songs, although of course it was written by Bob Dylan. It's a classic. What a lovely expression that is, isn't it? I hope you enjoy it. Peter, Paul and Mary.
Sleeps in the sand. How many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many years can a mountain exist before it is washed to the sea? How many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? How many times can a man turn his head and pretend that he just doesn't see? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many times must a man look up before he can see the sky? How many years must one man have before he can hear people cry? How many deaths will it take till he knows that too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
Okay, that's old stuff. Something a little bit more modern, but not too modern, because we don't do too modern, do we? And it was suggested by a resident who tells me that they used to do line dancing to it. Now, I'm a bit surprised, but enthralled. Perhaps some of you would like to confirm that you used to do line dancing to Billy Fury. So when I was looking for Billy Fury, I came across this piece of video, which I've left in its entirety from a British television show, where I discovered that he was not a well guy, and I didn't know that. I wonder how many people did. But it's the famous song of Halfway to Paradise, which really was fairly appropriate if that's the way you want to look at it, considering his health conditions. But he managed to get through it. Billy Fury.
Thank you. Hello again. Tonight is a very special night indeed for my first guest. By rights, he should be dead, or at least an invalid. During the 1950s, he was billed as the blonde Elvis Presley, and his mean good looks set the girls screaming wherever he went. But a childhood illness made it impossible for him to lead a full life, and he was advised to take things easy until medical science found a way of making him well. 4 years ago, a way was found. The dramatic advances in open-heart surgery enabled part of his heart to be replaced, and this summer, a second major operation completed that work. Now he's well on the road to recovery, and he's joining us tonight to sing for the first time since he left hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Billy Fury.
I want to be your lover, but your friend is all I stay. I'm only halfway to paradise, so near yet so far away. I long for your lips to kiss my lips, but just when I think they may, you leave me halfway to paradise, so near yet so far away. Being close to you is almost heaven, and seeing you can do just so much. It hurts me so to know your heart's a treasure, and that my heart is forbidden to touch. So put your sweet lips close to my lips and tell me that's where they're gonna stay. Don't leave me halfway to paradise, so near yet so far away. Whoa, 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 so near yet so far away. Yeah, 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 so near yet so far away.
There. So don't forget, if you did line dancing to Billy Fury's Halfway to Paradise, I need to know, because I'm just nosy, that's all it is. Now, the next group, I don't quite know where they came from. I don't know what they fit into. I can't think that I actually heard them back in the day, but you know, again, came across them. Nobody suggested them, so I wonder if anybody else remembers them. Strange looking group, but a very nice presentation and song. Let's see how you get on with it, and let me know if you have any vivid memories of Aphrodite's Child singing Rain and Tears.
Rain and tears are the
Well, I think that's one to get you scratching your heads, isn't it? Now, here's one that takes you, or takes me back again to that era of the Brill Building in New York, when you know, they put together a few singers to produce a record, and the singers you saw on stage later might or might not be the people who recorded the record. In this occasion, although again the video is not very good, so it's hard to tell, I think it's the same three singers, you know, in every cut of the video. See what you think. If you think the only one that's possibly not is the one on the left. Is that right or left? It's my left anyway. The one on the left, in some of the clips, looks a bit different. So if you think it's a different set, let me know. Anyway, it's a great song from that era. This is dancing music, so get up and shake 'em up again. Be My Baby by the Ronettes. That was another opportunity to burn off a few calories, if you felt that way inclined. If not, don't bother. Next one, we know who he is, we know who wrote the song, him, we know who sings it, him, and is your everyday good-looking guy as well. It takes me back to going up to a friend's house. It was a cottage, a long cottage, and we used to go and play records, his records, because I hadn't got any, and play with his train set as well. Isn't it terrible? While my parents were downstairs with his parents, probably having a drink, because they ran an off licence, this family. So there you go. This is 1957, so written by Paul Anka, sung by Paul Anka. A great song, one of those songs that lasts forever, isn't it? Diana.
I'm so young and you're so old. This, my darling, I've been told. I don't care just what they say, 'cause forever I will pray. You and I, we will be as free as the birds up in the trees. Oh, please stay by me, Diana. Thrills I get when you hold me close. Oh, my darling, you're the most. I love you, but do you love me? Oh, Diana, can't you see? I love you with all my heart, and I hope we will never part. Oh, please stay by me, Diana. Oh, my darling, oh, my lover, tell me that there is no other. I love you with my heart. Oh, 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 don't you know I love you so, and only you can take my heart. Only you can tear it apart. When you hold me in your loving arms, I can feel you giving all your charms. Hold me, darling, hold me tight. Squeeze me, baby, with all your might. Oh, please stay by me, Diana. Oh, please, Diana. Oh, please, Diana.
You know, thinking about that song, I never knew a Diana. I don't think that was a very popular name, was it? Back then. Diane, sure, but not Diana. Very strange. Anyway, last time we had, I had quite a few comments about the a cappella singing. Some people loved it, and I was told that it's it's the hardest form of singing to perform. So and some people didn't like it. Well, I'm sorry those people who didn't like it, but we got more of it to put up with because I like it. This is a quartet called Trocadero, and they're going to bring us to a conclusion with their version of Bridge Over Troubled Water. I do hope you like it. I'm really getting into this type of singing, and if you don't look at them too much and just listen to the harmonies and the music, then you get great enjoyment out of it.
Tears are in your eyes, then I will dry them all. I'm on your side. Oh, when times get rough, times get rough, and friends just can't be found like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down. When you're down and out, and when you're on the street, and when evening falls so hard, I'll comfort you. I'll take your side. I'll take your side. If you need a friend, I'm sailing right behind like a bridge over troubled water. I will ease when you're down and out. Oh, I will lay when you're weary. Oh, I will ease your mind. Ease your mind like a bridge. I will ease your mind when you're down and out. I'll ease your mind.
Well, I hope you enjoyed it. I think it's worthwhile. They obviously put a tremendous amount of effort into it. It brings us to the end of this particular session, and unless you tell me you want different, next time I promise I will include some classics or classical, and I will include some jazz, and I shall again include some dancing music, stuff that I like, stuff that keeps me happy. Anyway, look, that's the end this time round. Do look after yourselves, keep well, and keep enjoying the music. Let me know what you think of it, and look forward to seeing you up in the function room. Bye for now.